Welcome, welcome, welcome. It is so good to see you all. Happy New Year. I hope you guys all had a great holiday. It's nice to be back into life normally in a way, I guess. And love to see that water drinking, Ralph. Make sure that we're getting ample water and we're moving our body and we're breathing. That's so important. So I'm Angelia. I am your breath instructor. I am also a stroke survivor, a stroke warrior. I like to call myself a little bit more than saying I'm a survivor because I'm not surviving anything. I am thriving, and it feels good to feel good in my body today. That's what we're here to do. We're here to feel good in our body. So we practice breath work in this group. And it might seem super simple just to breathe because we do it automatically. But if you really pull a little awareness around how you're naturally breathing, like right now in this moment, don't change the way you're breathing. Don't try to make anything different. Just start to notice how you're breathing. Are you breathing through your nose? Are you breathing through your mouth? Kind of take a little scale and gauge it, saying one is the worst you've ever felt. You're lucky to be here. Maybe 3 is I'm feeling okay. And like I'm able to get up, I'm able to move, I'm able to feed myself, basic needs are met. And maybe 5 is I feel like dirt. Like I feel the worst I've ever felt. So if you're going to sit in this moment right now with me and we're going to just kind of gauge into our bodies and how we're feeling, ask yourself, how am I feeling at this moment? And maybe put it on that scale I just presented. Are you a 1 today? Are you a 2? Maybe a 3, or maybe even a 5. Like you're feeling much better than you were yesterday, you know? And let's kind of register that number in our brain right now before we walk into this session so we can kind of rescale all of this as we get to the end of this session. So all of our breathing is going to be through our nose. Our nose is the main filter on our body, and we want to make sure that we're using it as often as possible. Because if we're breathing through our mouth, we're just opening ourselves up to trouble. Quite honestly, it doesn't have a filter on it. It doesn't have any way of keeping impurities and toxins and unwanted things out of our body system. So today's breath work is going to be all through the nose. And as we sit here, I want us to start getting the wiggles out. That means you just start wiggling your body. Make sure you're seated in a nice, comfortable spot. You can begin to dim your eyes down if you feel comfortable. You can leave them open. If you don't want to stay on screen, you don't have to, but just kind of let your body just kind of shake around a little. You know, bring those shoulders, drop them back and forth, rock back and forth on the sits bones, going as slow or as fast of a tempo that your body needs today. This is all about setting this practice up in a way that would work the best for what your needs are in your specific body. In this room, every one of us is unique. Every one of us breathes into our body very uniquely. The patterns are unique to our experience. They're unique to our body systems. So whenever you're practicing the breath as I guide you through this, I want you to listen to what your body is telling you. If it feels like it's a little bit too fast, slow it down. If it feels like it's not going at a tempo that's comfortable for you, drop it back or even up tempo it maybe a little. Play around with this and see what feels right in your body. So today we're going to get into a little bit of diaphragmatic breathing in the beginning. We're going to work on breath holds. And these are a little interesting. The breath holds are great because they stretch the intercostal muscles, all those rib cage muscles, the muscles that are all around the rib cage right here, that are in between each rib. We're going to get deep into those muscles and we're going to try to stretch them with our breath. We're going to use a little bit of hand movement to help us in breathing. Whenever we're breathing, we're going to just kind of force our fingers in between the rib cages a little bit and just kind of roll it around, just subtly and slightly all around the rib cage. And I want you, if it feels a little painful in certain spots, stay in those spots. That pain is an indicator of stagnant energy. And if you stay in that spot and massage and breathe through it, it will release those stagnant spots and release that pain to get it out of your body. What we're trying to do is detoxify the body through purification of the spirit, which is the breath. Breath, the word breath means spirit. So let's go ahead, and if you need to do another wiggle out, go ahead and wiggle it out. But we're going to sit into this and start to drop our eyes down. Closing the eyes is always suggested because it allows for the body to shut off all external energy use. It allows you to get into your body better. So let's go ahead and dim the eyes down and begin to breathe just a normal breath pattern in through the nose and out through the nose. Breathe in as much oxygen in that your body will allow. And you don't have to push this too hard. We're just trying to begin to stretch this diaphragmatic muscle and all of the breathing muscle. So get yourselves comfortable in a nice seated position. And we're gonna just go ahead and dive back into that breath. Let's go ahead and close the eyes down a little bit and connect to the breath, breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. I want to just highlight that one of the most important things about nasal breathing is not just that it amps the production of nitric oxide within your body, which acts as a vasodilator, meaning that it opens up your bloodway. It opens up the pipes in your body, basically. And the more open those are, the better flow you have. But I also want to mention that nasal breathing actually allows for your lungs to expand in full. Your nose is the only thing that's directly connected to the lower regions of your lungs. And if you want that diaphragmatic engagement, and we all want that, it's a necessity for your body to work right and for you to stay out of a spot of illness, creeping into your body. So that nasal breathing is super important, whether you're sitting in this breath class, you're sitting on your couch watching TV, you're walking down your hallway to go to the bathroom, you're going to your doctor, you're trying to hone in enough awareness around how you are breathing naturally in those natural moments is kind of what I want you guys to walk away with today. Really start to pay attention to how you're breathing whenever you're just doing nothing, whenever you're doing your basic activities through the week, and try to keep that mouth closed as much as possible, as much as you can remember. So let's go ahead. Breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. Continue this pattern, breathing in through the nose and exhaling. And inhaling and exhaling. And inhaling and exhaling. And stay in this pattern. Inhaling. With each breath, I want you to begin to start to try to draw in just a subtle amount more, a little bit more oxygen as you are inhaling in. And as you are releasing and exhaling, let's go ahead and extend that exhale out a little longer, drawing that exhale, balancing the body. And as we are doing this circular breath, deep inhale in, noticing with each inhale that you're able to draw a little bit more in and exhale it out. I want you to start to think about how your body is holding pockets of stress throughout it. As you are sitting here, let's go ahead and just allow our bodies to relax down to the seat that you're sitting so comfortably on. Staying with the breath, noticing that each inhale is becoming a little deeper and each exhale is becoming a little longer. Maybe give your hands a little wiggle. Maybe give your arms a little wiggle. And then reground the hands to the body, just resting them on your lap. Let's go ahead and make sure the shoulders are dropped. Let go. And just focus on the breath. Right now, the only job that you have is to stay in this breath awareness technique of breathing in through the nose, feeling the expansion and all the space opening up within your body with each inhale. And continue to breathe out through the nose, feeling a subtle release upon exhale. Let's try to unclench our jaw, relaxing the mouth, keeping the mouth closed, but not tightly, letting the tongue drop to the bottom of the mouth, just relaxing it down and staying in the breath. Staying in this circular pattern, meaning no pause in between the breath at the top of the inhale or at the bottom of the exhale. Let's keep it nice and continuous, going straight from one to the next, breathing in nice and deeply. You should be noticing that all your breathing muscles are expanding and allowing for more oxygen to be received into the body. It's always nice to keep one hand right at the belly button to connect with the engagement of the breath movement in the body. Keeping the shoulders dropped and the jaw unclenched. We're just going to stay in the awareness of the way the breath feels as it moves in through the nostrils. Is it a little cold? Is it a little warm? How it continues down the nasal passageways, through all the airways, making its way to the lungs, finding the blood system and heading to the heart, and releasing toxins and impurities upon each exhale, allowing for that exhale to extend out so you can empty the body completely. And let's do 5 more nice, deep diaphragmatic breaths, drawing in a little bit more air with each inhale, noticing the stretch within the body, within the rib cage, as you are inhaling. Keep inhaling nice and deep and exhaling. You should notice the expansion and all the space that is now opened up inside your body. Staying aware of the breath movement and how it is physically changing the amount of oxygen you're able to intake and the amount of release that you're able to let go of upon exhale. All right, we got 3 more rounds. Let's keep this going. Nice and deep, deepening each inhale, widening each exhale. And on this last one, we're going to go ahead and finish our last inhale. And then we're going to exhale everything out of the body, emptying the body completely. And then we're going to inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and hold. Hold, 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 and exhale nice and slow out the nose. And return to a deep diaphragmatic breath. We'll do about 2 or 3 cycles of some more deep breathing. And let's go ahead and empty the body out, no matter where you're at in your breath pattern. Let's empty the body out of all the oxygen and inhale nice and deep. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and hold, 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 hold. You guys got this. Great job. And releasing. And through this release, we're going to go ahead and hold again at the bottom. Hold that breath. Here we're going to practice about 10 seconds. So we're about 5 seconds in. 4, 3, 2, 1, and inhale, returning the body in to a deep diaphragmatic rhythm within the body. Stay connected to the breath. I know these are strenuous holds, but we got this. And I'm going to tell you, if we're holding in your body a little bit too long and your body is starving for air, breathe. Allow your body what it needs. There is safety within this practice. And as I show up into building my own breath awareness practice, I will listen to my body. I will show up for my body. I will breathe as it needs. Staying in that diaphragmatic breath. And this next breath, what we're going to do is, as we get into this next breath, we're going to inhale about a 2 or a 3 count, maybe even 4. And then we're going to hold. And then we're going to take another sip of air. And then we're going to hold. And then we're going to take another sip of air. And then we're going to hold. And we're going to take another sip of air. We will take an inhale, moderate inhale, and begin to practice the multiple inhale, hold, inhale, hold, inhale, hold. This breath technique really works well when you're stretching out those deep breathing muscles that are hard to get some attention to. So as you continue with your diaphragmatic breathing, go ahead and take another nice deep inhale, feeling the expansion, feeling the movement within the body, noticing how the body is feeling at this moment. And let that oxygen, or let that release go upon exhale, emptying out the entire core. And let's inhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold, 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 and release. I think I messed that one up, but that's okay. And now we're going to practice the multiple hold. Let's go ahead and inhale, 2, 3, hold, inhale, hold, inhale, hold. Inhale again if you can, and hold it, hold it, hold it. Stay in this hold. We are safe. And exhale, letting that all go. You can feel free to drop your mouth open. Feel that release. This is a nice, deep working technique. Go ahead and take a couple diaphragmatic breaths in between rounds of this. And one more nice deep inhale, pulling it in as deep as possible and just letting that go. Opening the mouth, maybe dropping the jaw slightly and allowing for that just to flow right out. And then we're going to return into an inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and hold. Hold that breath. Hold, hold, and release. Two more inhales and exhales in a circular fashion, and we're going to move right in to a breath hold, breath hold, breath hold pattern. And inhaling in, 2, 3, hold, inhale, hold, inhale, hold, inhale, hold this at the top, hold this breath, hold it, and let it go. Feeling that release. Falling back into a circular, deep diaphragmatic breath in through the nose and out through the nose. And let's just stay in this diaphragmatic pattern. If your body is in need of any free movement to allow for the stagnicity to continue to flow out of the body as you move through this, you are welcome to move your body the way it needs to move. Maybe it might be just turning the head side to side as if you are saying no. It might be nodding the head up and down as if you are saying yes. Even allowing space for a little head roll or neck roll, very slowly and gently as you stay connected into the breath. Making sure that if you go into a neck roll, allow your body to go to one direction and then continue to go to the other direction, giving your neck and head a full stretch. Staying connected to the breath. And as we continue to practice this diaphragmatic breathing, I want us to take a minute and take your hands and just flip them over to receiving. So the palms are facing up. And let's go ahead and put a smile at the corner of our lips, saying thank you. Thank you to yourself for showing up today in your healing. Thank you for your body, for working as well as it does. Thank you for the communication of breath and movement within the body. Maybe in our mind's eye, just saying to ourselves, isn't it wonderful that my body is healing? Isn't it wonderful that my breath helps me sustain life and movement? Isn't it wonderful that I woke up today, that I made it to this group? Isn't it wonderful that I can put a little smile at the curve of one side or both sides of my mouth? Isn't it wonderful that together, collectively, we are breathing and moving energy, sharing a space of safety, compassion, and healing? Stay connected to that breath. Keep that movement going. Inhaling in and exhaling out. Finding a nice pattern that works for your specific body and keep the awareness drawn all the way around as though you are forming a circular pattern of energy that you can move within and outside of the body. It's time to kind of up tempo that breath a little bit. So as you're breathing, let's exhale all the air out of the body. And we're going to draw some oxygen in through the nose at a count of four, if the count works for you, and let that oxygen go at a count of four. So let's go ahead and inhale in, 2, 3, 4. Exhale out, 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4. Out, 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4. Out, 2, 3, 4. Continuing this pattern, 2, 3, 4. Out, 2, 3, 4. Stay in that, finding a comfortable rhythm within your body. And just keep that movement going. Keeping the jaw unclenched and the shoulders dropped. Allowing the tongue to just gently rest. Walking into the body with our mind's eye. We're going to start at the crown chakra for a little body scan. Feeling the hair. It's on your head. Feeling the skin. Feeling the top of your head, the skull, the sides of your head, the back of your head. Feeling the forehead. Feeling the eyebrows. And the temples. Noticing the eyes. Noticing the tops of the cheeks. Noticing the bridge of the nose and how the nose elongates down. Noticing the cheeks connecting with the nose. Noticing the upper lip, noticing the bottom lip, noticing the cheeks and the chin and the jawbone. Noticing the neck and the collarbone. Noticing the shoulders, the left shoulder and the right shoulder. Noticing the upper back, how it comes across and connects with each shoulder. Noticing the arms, the left arm and the right arm. Noticing the biceps, how they connect to the elbow. And the elbow draws down to the forearm, meets up with the wrist. Noticing the hands, how different the tops of the hands are, how they feel different. Their action is different in comparison to the palms of the hands. Noticing your thumbs, noticing your fingers. Maybe give those fingers and thumbs a little movement. Drawing the attention back up the arm to the armpit. Noticing the armpits. How often do you spend time with your armpits? Noticing the tops of the shoulders. Noticing that collarbone. Noticing the chest and the lungs as you inhale. Feeling the expansiveness that occurs within the body, within the lungs with each inhale and exhale. Noticing how your rib cage moves or doesn't move. Staying connected to this breath, keeping it in a circular motion in the nose and out the nose. Taking our awareness to our heart. Noticing the heart. Taking a minute here to actually tap into the heart and the way that it's beating. As you inhale in and exhale out, notice the way the movement, the feeling of your heart beating, protected in the chest. Resting and protected by the rib cage, by the body. Noticing the stomach, the upper stomach, Breathing in, noticing the rise of the body, how it almost expands out like a balloon all the way around the body. And when you inhale, it kind of contracts back in, letting go of all that tension. Noticing the belly button and the movement of the belly button. Noticing the lower region of your abdomen. Noticing the movement around the entire body, the core of your body with each inhale and each exhale. Noticing where your body begins to meet with your pelvis, with your hips. Noticing the pelvis floor, the pelvic floor, and the buttocks. Feeling with each inhale that subtle muscle that's tightening upon inhale and relaxing upon exhale within this pelvic floor region. Each breath is actively engaging this entire area, working the muscles all the way from the top of your body down to the pelvic floor. Noticing the top of the thighs and how they're connected to all of this, how they're connected to the body. Noticing the right thigh and the left thigh. Noticing the kneecaps. Noticing how the kneecaps glide into the calves. Noticing each calf. Reminding your body that you have the same sensations from your unaffected side into your affected side, and from your affected side into your unaffected side. Spending a little time breathing into those legs, just by taking the awareness within the mind's eye, focusing all of the energy coming from the inhale and drawing that down, exhaling out, down into each leg. Noticing the ankles on the right side and the ankles on the left side. Noticing the top of the foot and the sides of the foot. and the heel of the foot. Noticing the toes, starting with the big toes, working its way down all the way to the tiniest toe. Noticing the soles of the feet. Reminding ourselves in our mind's eye, isn't it wonderful that my body is healing? Isn't it wonderful that I actively engage in my healing, in communicating with my body on this healing journey? Allowing your body to draw in a little bit more air with each inhale. Really feel that expansion within the body. Now, I want us to take a moment, staying connected to the breath, and revisit that scale that we set at the beginning of class. And ask yourself how you're feeling at this present moment. Are you still at a 1 where your body feels the worst that it's ever felt? Are you at a 2 where you feel subtle improvement? Are you at a 3 where you're kind of feeling a little bit better? Moderate? Are you at a 4 where you know that even though it's a little achy, you're going to make it through the day? Or did you manage to make it into the 5 where your body is feeling significantly better and different? We're going to take our hands, keeping our eyes closed, and we're going to clap our hands together. And if you're unable to do that, just take your one unaffected hand and clap it on your lap, trying to wake up nerve endings, activate nerve endings in the hands. Let's give it a little rub. You can rub it on your lap as well. And we're going to take our hands and we're going to place them over our closed eyes. Fingertips on the forehead, palms on the cheekbones, or you can take one hand and place it horizontally across both eyes. Staying connected into the breath. Holding this posture, just staying in this moment. We're giving some energy to our optical nerves. Our eyes need love every day. Continuing to breathe in the nose and out the nose. Keeping the hands in place. Let's go ahead and blink the eyes open. Repeating in the mind's eye, isn't it wonderful? And finishing that statement, however you feel fit, blinking the eyes closed. Go ahead and blink those eyes open. Isn't it wonderful to be healing? Blinking the eyes closed. And one more time, blinking the eyes open. Isn't it wonderful to be healing? Blinking the eyes closed. And on this last round, we're going to blink our eyes open, shifting the gaze all the way to the left, just your eyeballs, shifting the gaze and holding the gaze to the left. Let's stay here, staying with the breath. And shifting the gaze now to the right. Holding the gaze all the way to the right. Eyes open, hands in place. Shifting the gaze and holding it. And blink the eyes, returning the eyeballs to center. And begin to gently massage at the hairline or on the forehead. Gentle fingers across the temples, down the forehead, across the eyebrows, down the center of the forehead to the bridge of the nose, around the eyes, down the cheeks, down the sides of the face, down the upper cheek, across the upper lip and the bottom lip, down to the jawbone. And at the jaw, let's give our jawbone a little bit of extra love, maybe taking our fingers and just gently circular motions around the jawbone. Nice and gentle, going in one direction and then returning back in the opposite direction. Let's do that a couple times on both sides. Allowing for those gentle fingers to continue under the jaw and down the neck, and just brushing that off and shaking the fingers out. Shake your hands out. Great job today, guys, even with a little bit of confusion this through the beginning. Let's go ahead and just thank each other for showing up today and sharing this energetic space, bringing the hands in prayer form up to the heart chakra. And we just give thanks and say namaste. So it is, and so it will be. I wish you all the most healing as you go through your week. I want to let you all know I have a class on Sundays and I have a class on Wednesdays. I know that you guys are aware of this, and they both are open. The Sunday class is at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time Zone, and the Wednesday class is at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time Zone. And a little bit different. The Wednesday class is kind of set up, or not the Wednesday, the Sunday class is the format's a little bit similar to this, but we practice a variety of different breaths like we do in this class. And then the Sunday breath or the Wednesday breath is really about energy movement, and the breath patterns are a little bit higher tempoed. There's a lot more energy activation. It's a nice class to experience. You come in, it's pretty peaceful. I set it up as an environment to help people with their sleep, because I know a lot of us have sleeping issues. So, but I just wanted to reiterate that those classes are open and available for everybody in this group, whoever is interested. I post these things out weekly, so just pay attention to the Breath Lady Project page. So, but outside of that, I am going to shut it and open the group up for a share.